based on what you own or what you have. Value is not based on what you own or what you have. In fact, I'll drop this jewel on you real quick. Real value is based on what you can do without. It's not about what you can accumulate. It's how functionable are you with nothing. And we can't function on nothing, so that becomes the scale. How low can you go? How deep can you go? Because after a while, if you really become a spiritual being, you don't rely on the world for nothing. Nothing. You enter the world, but you are not dependent upon the world. You're dependent upon invisible forces. What are the invisible forces? Love. People can't see love. They're too busy watching hate. It's all about your perception. Value is not based on what you own.
This is why I'm telling you, you gotta stop being so hard on yourself. You be forgetting, so I gotta remind you, family. You asked the Most High for more guidance. You asked the Most High for some more support. I'm here to do that. I'm here to remind you how royalty you are. I'm here to remind you how powerful you are, family. And I need you to know that a lot of people can't go through what you've been through. They can't survive it. This is why I'm telling you, stop being so hard on yourself. Because I'm speaking to an OG right now, man. You done been through hell and hot water 1,000 times. You an OG, family. You done been backstabbed 1,000,000 times. You an OG. You done been lied on, but betrayed. Niggas that did so much shit to you, man. You are an OG, man. Thank y'all so much for the gifts. Thank y'all for the lights. You know I'm speaking to you.
A lot of people want to make you feel like you're crazy just because you can read them. You know what I'm saying? People will make it seem like you're over exaggerating, you're bugging. What made you think that? What made me think that is my body recognized everything you're trying to do. I already know what you're thinking about. I already know the next move and your next move. I'm so in tune with myself that it allows me to be in tune with you. I'm reading you. I know everything about you. I know what direction, I know the angle, I know your approach, and I'm not going for it. So people are trying to make you seem crazy because you're that in tune. But value your intuition, value your insight, value the signals that go off, because it'll save your life, I promise you. A lot of
chosen ones, they have individuality. They don't have personalities. Personalities is acclimated to the construct of third density. Everything in third density is being exposed because the chosen ones have individuality, so they speak against everything within third density. Right? We exposing the religion. We exposing the political system. We exposing those toxic family members and friends or whatever. We exposing all this shit. Everything got to come down. The whole house of cards got to come down. So this is why they got to attack you. We are going to be attacked because this is a form of karmic retribution. The karmic retribution is the foundation of the great purification, right? This is the great dreadful day. The more you speak truth, the power, the more it's going to activate the ethers. The ethers is going to cause an activation in nature. Nature is going to cause destruction of everything in third density, right? The planet is going to shake up. More earthquakes, more tsunamis, more forest fires, all these implications with the weather. It has to happen. The chosen ones, they have.
You just gotta overlook it. You just gotta ignore it. Even your own family. Your mom might be jealous of you. Your dad might be jealous of you. Your brother, your sister might be jealous of you. And you can feel it. And they do different things to try to trigger you. That's a spiritual attack because they know that you are a chosen one. They know that you are going to break, the poverty bloodline in your family. They know that all this stuff is going to happen through you, through the God that's within you. No, this is why you are up under spiritual attack. You special. No, you the main key. You the master key. You are very, very fruitful as a person. You just don't see it. You are very, very powerful. God know that. And the God within you know that. But guys, man, as a chosen one, like I said, man, it's a lonely road a lot of times. You're not gonna be around people like that because there's gonna be so many people trying to attack you, whether they're trying to distract you, whether they're trying to drain you. There's gonna be so many energy drainers that's gonna be around you. You wait till your purpose take off. You wait till
Some people can have more than you and still envy you and still want, for some reason, they have this burning desire to humble you. You have a light that they want to dim. You have a flame that they want to put out. And you have a confidence about you that they feel like is superior. You think you're better than us, so I'm going to take you off that high horse. But it's like, no, I know who I am. I know whose I am. And you don't like that I'm confident, so you want to humble me. Let's just call a spade a spade. When you know you have a light and you walk, talk, and act like you have a light, that's the problem. When you know what your purpose is and you're walking in that purpose or you're walking towards that purpose, that's the problem. They got the cars, the clothes, the family, the marriage, all of the materialistic things, and still they haven't quite yet put their finger on the thing that you got your finger on. That's the problem. You have a light and you know you have a light. You have a purpose and you know what that purpose is. That is the problem. And yes, it's
bad people. A lot of people can't even recognize you anymore, man. They don't know how to come at you. They don't know how to speak to you. They don't even know how to be in your energy. You're like an alien to people, man. When you come around, people get nervous. Not because they're scared of you, it's because your energy, you possess a sacred energy that's just so powerful, man. That's why people stare at you all day. You think people just staring at you because you fine, sis. Of course you fine. You think people just staring at you all day because you handsome, bro. Nah, it's your light. You have a light about you. A divine light at that. Your light is so bright that people see you from a mile away, family. Let me repeat that. Your light is so bright that people can see you from a mile away. So you got to understand, when the Most High anointed you, stop having in your mind that you only going to encounter divine beings. Because your light can be seen all over the world by good people and bad people. A lot of people can't even recognize.
Documentary. 1 of every 3 marriages in this country, black or white, ends in a divorce in 18 months. Now, you see, it used to be if you got divorced, something was wrong with you. But when you have a stat this high, something must be going on in our society. I now want to explain what that is. When America believed in agriculture, America believed in extended family. When America believed in the factory, industrialism, America believed in the nuclear family. But now that America believes in the computer, now America believes in a single-parent family. Make sure you see my analysis. When the economy changed, the family structure changed. There was more than love in these relationships. There was some money involved here. Our grandparents worked the fields together, had economic reason to stay together, and so they did. In a factory, man works in a factory, woman takes care of children. Economic reason again to stay together. But in this new economy, where you now have women working just as much, if not more than men, you now hear women telling men, I don't need you, got my own job. Do what I want to do when I want to do it. And we are now doing it very well and by ourselves. You know the #1 song in the mirror a couple years ago, ain't nothing going on but the rent. If you want to be with me, you got to have a J-O-B. It's all about money. All about money. When the economy changed, the family structure changed. And so now we have a lot of people making plenty of money and lonely. Documentary. 1 of every.
Basically, once you manifest something, like, I know you got this phone right here, but I'm really looking at you. Like, once you start to manifest something, the matrix is now like trying to fight you to not get it here. So it has to try to get you emotional about other shit that it wants you to be emotional about. It tries to get you off your equilibrium, because the moment you off your equilibrium, you basically hand your paintbrush to them and they get to create your life. But when you take your equilibrium back, then you become the creator again. So they're basically trying to take the driver wheel out of your hands. So when I'm like, okay, cool, I can see the new realm, I feel like my new self. My job is to maintain it and to make sure that I don't let nothing get me upset, to get me out of my vibration that then takes me to a new reality. You have to almost think about every vibration as if it's a different parallel reality or a different timeline. Period. It's like you.
They talk bad about. This is the epiphany stage for a lot of people that slept on you. So many people, they talk bad about you. They told people things that wasn't true about you, man. They said that you was the problem, that you was the difficult one, that you so hard to work with, when the whole time they wanted to control you. See, they didn't like you because you know how to think on your own. They didn't like you because you're not a person that bow down to anybody at any given second. See, they want somebody that's going to be a footstool, a doormat, and that's not you. So because you're not bowing down to their rules, they want to make it seem like it's you. That's why the Most High had to separate you, family. I need you to understand that, man. Thank y'all so much for the gifts. Thank y'all for the likes, man. Because you know I'm speaking to you. That's why the Most High had to separate you. It wasn't because you did anything wrong. It's because the people you was around was doing you wrong. See, sometimes we might be thinking that things is working against us, but the whole time it's working for us, family. Understand and overstand that. This is the epiphany stage for a lot of people that slept. They understand who you are. You just starting out. Trust me, they was waiting for you. You supposed to have been here. I felt like somebody need to hear that. Because you just started something. You trying to figure out why people keep going against me, why they don't want to support me, or why things going chaotic. Because I'm going to tell you something. They already recognized who you was since a child, Chosen. Since a child. And some people got demonic agendas and jealousy. So they've been trying to cloak who you are your whole life. So don't be discouraged. The Most High say, if they hate, let them hate. Because the haters is what make you famous, Chosen. Understand that, overstand that. Keep your eye on the prize. Don't worry about what people are doing behind the scenes. Sit back and let the Most High fix that. Understand that, overstand that, Chosen one. You are definitely on the right path. Remember, we don't fight fire with fire. We fight fire with success, Chosen one. We fight fire with success. And I'm talking to somebody that's very, very successful. It's time for you to step into your power. It's time for you to claim your position and realize your time is now, family. You don't even...
If you don't like yourself, just remember what Rumi said. You suppose you are the trouble, but you are the cure. You suppose that you are the lock on the door, but you are the key that opens it. It's too bad that you want to be someone else. You don't see your own face, your own beauty. Yet no face is more beautiful than yours. Only through the heart can you touch the sky. People of the world don't look at themselves, and so they blame one another. Your task is not to seek for love, but merely to seek and find all the barriers within yourself that you have built against it. When you go through a hard period, when everything seems to oppose you, when you feel you cannot even bear one more minute, never give up, because it is the time and the place that the course will divert. If you don't like yourself
And get what God is.
In this video, this lady speaks about why you should watch out for observant people. Make sure you watch until the end and let me know what you think in the comments below.
Be careful of people that pay attention to everything. You may not think they're paying attention just because they laughing and they goofing off and all that type of stuff, but they pay attention to every detail, the way you talk, how you say it, how you interact, what's going on. I mean, every fine detail. You got to be careful of that person. Never, ever, ever in your life think that you can fool an observant person, because they see what's going on. And most times they may not say it. They may not be required to say it. They may not be commanded to say it, but they see what's going on. They're the type of people that put the pieces together. They look at certain things. They're looking at lies. They're looking at certain ways people be talking, how people be interacting with them, or whatever may be going on. They can see it. Find details that people don't pay attention to. People just don't think about. People just don't remember. That person knows. They remember. They see. You could be lying to them. You can be trying to fool them. You could be thinking that your plan and your agenda is working over on them. Or you could be thinking that you're deceiving them. And the whole time, they got a whole list of what you did, how you did it, when you said it, who you did it with, or whatever. A whole list of fine details that they're able to put together and get what God is trying to show them. You cannot fool an observant person.
And most people that I know who are very observant, that carry like a...
In this
Here to here or here. Let me show you something super interesting. This is the World Submarine Cables Map. I want you to think of South America as 1, Africa as 2, and Australia as 3. Notice how there is no cables from here to here or here to here. You might ask, why is that important? Here's why. The reason you will never see these cables connected is because look how far the distance is from 1 to 2 and 2 to 3, and the vast distance from 1 to 3. But Ryan, what about these cables here? Oh yeah, you mean the short distance right here? But you might ask yourself, Ryan, why is that important? Over 99% of the world's internet traffic, including international phone calls and data transfers, rely on cables. Not satellites, cables. Y'all, pull up any map of sea cables and you will see that none of these touch. Because we live on a flat, geocentric plane, just like the Word of God says. In Revelations 29, and they, talking about the angels, went up on the breadth of the earth. What is that? That is Strong's G4114. Breadth meaning plateaus, has a root word, breadth, suggesting great extent. Let's look up this root word plateaus, G4116. Let me show you.
Shalom, all praises, glory, honor, and faith. Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Baha Kodash Rakah. Much love to the elect, the 144,000, the true warriors, the house of David, the men, the leaders, the kings and priests, which the Lord made us after the blood of Yahweh Shai's sacrifice and after the order of Melchizedek, a new covenant. Not the blood of goats and lambs, but the blood of Yahweh Shai. That is our atonement. And woe to those that don't repent and come to the understanding of the law and walk in the newness of the Spirit. Woe, woe, and woe that speak evil of what is good, what is holy. And you have so much going on right now. You have more and more sightings of the chariots are revealing themselves in this dimension now. You have, which are the salvation, which are the armies above. In Lord's case, he's going to make a quick work of the wicked. So this is the time we're in. You have Israel now threatening war with Lebanon, saying they're going to use nuclear weapons. So, everyone feels like it's going to go back to normal or, whatever the case. But they don't understand that that's the future, is judgment, is the new world being established. But prior to the new world being established on the earth, in all aspects, till all things be under the authority of Yahweh Shai, which it already is, right? But when it all happens physically, a lot of people are going to perish with this world. So you have Armageddon. We're in the time about Armageddon, Yahweh Shaphat, Jehoshaphat in the Bible, which is the Third World War. And this is the end of all things. This is the judgment, the last days, the devil, the false prophets, which there's many. And I want to make a point with the new covenant and with, the fulfillment of the law and, how there's so much dialogue going on. I'm going to say this. I'm going to bring out a couple of scriptures right here, right now. But I'm going to say this is that you can't be overly righteous. You cannot be overly wicked. You cannot. That's why Yahweh Shai said, beware of the Pharisees' leaven. Beware of that leaven of the Pharisees and scribes and Sadducees and these elders and men that make themselves this or that. Beware of the leaven of them. And what were they doing? They were saying a whole lot, but when it came down to actually loving the Lord and loving their neighbor, they weren't doing it. They were hating the Lord, hating on Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai. And that's when the word was made flesh in Yahushai. When he came, what did the church, what did our people do? He came to his own what? Received him not. So these parables of us, the prophets, of us apostles sent last as it were appointed to death. You got brothers, we actually dialogue, we actually communicate. When a brother asks a question, we answer. We give each other Godspeed because this is who is the anointed. But for the world, you don't give them Godspeed. But God, man, it's heavy. It's heavy. So, my text ain't getting through, my phone calls ain't getting through. It could be one thing or the other, but also his channels have been going down. You know what I'm saying? And his last one maybe had like 18 subscribers or 15 and it went down. I'm talking about the brother Mordecai. You know what I'm saying? And then same thing with me. My channel, Revival Not the Gods, was supposed to be up a minute ago, but it hasn't been. But has that discouraged me? Has that? No, I'm continuing. You see? But the point of the matter is that we're in the real times, last days. And to the brothers speaking new covenant and fulfilling the law, that's good, yeah. But also beware of the leaven of the Pharisees and scribes. So you got guys that are speaking evil of the law, saying, oh, you know, we're in the new covenant and forget the law, forget the 5 first books of Moses, forget that. No, that's wrong too. See, there's a lot of things that are wrong, you see, and the Lord said, have no fruitful works with darkness, rather reprove them. You know, dark things are that don't come to light. A lot, Yahushua said, they don't want to come to the light lest their deeds, their actions, how they're moving is reproved and they be corrected. You see? So the Lord said, don't destroy thyself. And also he said, not just destroy thyself, don't destroy your brother with your meat. So the Lord said in Ecclesiastes, you can know all things, but if you have not the fear of the Lord, it is nothing. You see, if one that knows little and fears the Lord is better than him that knows a lot but doesn't really fear the Lord. You see? So in the last days, knowledge is going to puff up a lot of men too in the last days. And they're going to exalt themselves rather than exalting Yahushua and his example, how he moved. You know, there was times when Yahushua would, you know, get away from his disciples and be alone. Yes. You know, this truth isn't about, oh, we have to check in and talk every single day. No, it's freedom, it's liberty. But when you're called upon, or, you know, the Lord is knocking on the door. And how does he knock on your door? Through a brother, through a strangers entertaining unawares, which are angels, our brothers. You see, so you gotta understand. The Lord said, forget not hospitality, which some have forgotten. So what's hospitality? Is loving each other, taking care of each other, you know, being there for each other, however shape, way, or form that is. You know, and this false prophet, this false church, they make it seem like it's just money. You know, that's just one thing, and that's not even the most important thing. The most important thing is being there for them. If they need to talk, if they need to ask you something, if it's in sincerity. But if it's in insincerity, which I've witnessed that a lot in this truth and in just this walk, in this life, you know, you'll give people benefit of the doubt, and then they're not sincere. Their questions, that what they say to you, you know what I'm saying, when it's not sincere. Ecclesiastes 7:16. Be not righteous overmuch, neither make thyself over wise. Why shouldest thou destroy thyself? You see that? Why shouldest thou destroy thyself? Be not overmuch wicked, neither be thou foolish. Why shouldest thou die before thy time? Right? Foolish. So going into the parable of the foolish virgins and the foolish were wise, this is all taking place right now, and you're seeing that through what? Through men's fruits. It shows you what tree they are, what they are. You know, just like a tree, you see veins in it. You see in it different seasons. Sometimes it's grown full. Sometimes it gets cut a little bit. Sometimes it's small. Sometimes, you know what I'm saying? That's how, you know, men are. We have stems. We have veins. When you cut wood, it shows you, like, it kind of looks like a fingerprint. So it shows you. You know what I'm saying? That's why when Yahushua healed the man with blind eyes, he said, I behold men walking as trees. He used that similitude for a reason. And what tree you are dictates if you're eating of and you're consuming, right? You are what you eat. If it's the tree of life or the tree of good and evil, which is partial. It's in and out. It's lukewarm, you see? In the world, in the truth, in the world. But the tree of life is just fully with life, with Yahushua, with truth, with holiness, with God, with keeping his commandments, with obeying him, with walking with him, with agreeing with him, with anything he says. Not what man says, not even what you say. It is good that thou shouldest take hold of this, yea, also from this withdraw not thine hand, for he that feareth God shall come forth of them all. Come forth of them all. We're going to be delivered. We're going to live forever. The second death has no power over us, lake of fire. The everlasting judgment. In this life we shall go through tribulation, we shall suffer much persecution, but be of good cheer, it's our Father's good pleasure gave us a kingdom. So it's just like Daniel in the lion's den. It's just like Joseph being thrown into the pit by his brothers because they was hating on him and jealous on him, envying him because of his blessing on him. You know what I'm saying? The Lord was giving them dreams of it. He was pouring into him, and they hated it. At first, and it took time and a lot of, you know what I'm saying, low parts, man. But guess how high the Lord raised Joseph up, because he put his trust in him, but he believed in him, he loved him, he obeyed him. He didn't eat from the king's table. He ate herbs, you know, and fruit and vegetables. That was a diet, and they were stronger and wiser and more keen than those that are eating all this meat and all that. And that, you know what I'm saying? Because it goes back to the beginning. In the beginning, they weren't eating flesh. You see, so once you understand the beginning, you're gonna know the end. This is why Yahushua said, you have to eat of my flesh, or you have no place in me. A higher satisfaction of the stomach, of the soul, which cannot be fulfilled anywhere with anything here. That's why Yahushua said, labor not, John 6:27, for the meat that perisheth, but rather labor for the meat that endureth for everlasting life, which the Son of Man shall give you. So just as the old covenant, it's a sign, it's a shadow of things to come. Yahushua, he came, and what he showed us that he's the Passover now. So just in the beginning with the law, right? See how I'm referring back to the law? It's a good thing. Fulfilling it, right? The Lord's Passover, that holy day, you in that house, you're gonna to eat that whole lamb. Leave nothing till tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? And don't leave. You're inside, doors locked, that's it, because the death angel is gonna pass over. So the same thing is happening in just a different way now. There's no new thing under the sun. So all these things, right, in the old, in the Psalms and the Proverbs, all these things were written for our learning, that through them we might have hope. And hope is trust that we know that his word is true, not this world or people. Let every man be a liar, the Most High be true. So the Lord said, beware, man. Beware of that leaven. And as you can see, man, these are definitely last days. There's a famine of the word. You know, guys are offended, they're jealous, they envy, they hate the true men of the Lord, the sincere, the real. You know, and there's only a few of us, brothers that are doing live and doing powerful work. See, like, the fruit of the Spirit is love. It rejoiceth in truth. So when I see my brothers getting in work and putting that word out, I rejoice. I comment. I support. You know what I'm saying? I'm there cheering, you know what I'm saying? Putting up scripture, breaking bread, willing and ready to communicate, ready to do good, at service. You see, because we're warriors, we're soldiers in the army of Yahushua as our captain. Yes, sir, yes, sir. Right. So you have to obey and do the word Yahushua told you to do. He washed the disciples' feet. That means he knew them. He knew the sheep. We know the sheep. But a lot of guys, see, what's the hearts of man being revealed, and not everyone's a sheep. Some are sheep in wolf clothing. On the outside, they're sheep, but inwardly they're a wolf. They're savage. They have that, you know, trying to destroy their brother. You know what I'm saying? You don't know someone until you fight them. So we're in the time of the end, and we're in the war in heaven. Michael and his angels was a dragon, his angels. So it's like, what angel you really representing? You see, Matthew 16 verse 6 says, then Yahushua said unto them, take heed and beware of the leaven of the Pharisees and of the Sadducees. And they reasoned among themselves, saying, it is because we have taken no bread. Which when Yahushua perceived, he said unto them, O ye of little faith, why reason ye among yourselves, because ye have brought no bread? You see, that has nothing to do with it. So a lot of guys are focused on certain things that has nothing to do with it. And guess what? Sometimes I can, you know, have to pick myself out of that spirit of thinking about the bread that don't even matter. You know what I'm saying? Because this world, you know, it's wicked. But guess what? in the land we were subject to payments. Pretty soon, Lord's gonna come and return and ransom the remnant, which we are. You see, and we've been bought with a price, and that's why we are glorifying the Lord in this body now. I don't need a new body. The elect don't need a new body. They are the new body, heavy. The body in Yahushua, the one body, one flesh. Bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh. If you're sad, I'm sad. If you're happy, I'm happy, because we're one. But a lot of guys are not in that. They're not single one eye. They're cross-eyed. Man, bro, it says, do ye not yet understand, neither remember the 5 loaves of the 5,000, and how many baskets ye took up, neither the 7 loaves of the 4,000, and how many baskets ye took up? How is it that ye do not understand that I spake it not to you concerning bread, that ye should beware of the leaven of the Pharisees and of the Sadducees? So, point being is, Yahushua is like, listen, when there was thousands of people here, 5,000 people here, we only had a little bit of fish, a little bit of bread, a couple loaves, barely to feed us. But with that little, we were able to feed everybody. You see? The little ones. You see? Because the little that we give, it's a big thing. It's a big thing. And it fills everybody up. You see, but if you're carnal, man, you're just like a waste bucket, man. You're never satisfied as the wicked, as Esau, as a heathen. You always want more and more and more. See, everyone wants more and more and more, but who wants less, less, less? See, less is really more. Less is best. It keeps the fake away. It keeps the bad away. When you have more, guess what? More problems. That's why the rappers say more money, more problems. They sign deals and shit that they can't get out of, and yeah, they get all this glam, bling, bling, fame, but guess what? It dies quick, heavy. But what is not gonna die is what our crown, man. And I feel it is heavy, but it's beautiful, man. And we just gotta keep on persevering, keep on going through, keep on getting through, which we shall endure to the end, as the elect shall be, because that's the fulfillment. That's what we are. The sons of God manifest. We're manifesting. You see? So, you know, this is God. This is the last days, man. You know, not think too, man. I'm gonna say it too, man. Like, the Lord said, don't give power a woman over you. It destroys kings, man. You know, Proverbs. See, guys, they'll say, oh, the Old Testament don't matter, and then they'll forget that in Proverbs and other things in Proverbs, like beware of the strange woman. That tells you to chill, relax. That's what people always be saying, man. Relax, rest, chill. Just don't make a scene. Don't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? Yahushua flipped out. He flipped the table, man. That's what we're doing, the true elect. You know what I'm saying? And that's why we're going through it, and that's why our channels are the way they are, and that's why we're so persecuted and thrown into, certain, things. But guess what? The word of God is not bound. All praises, glory, honor, fear, Yahweh, Bashim, Yahushua, Bakoratraka, Abababal, repent, show yourself a man on behalf of the law, Isaiah. Fulfill the prophets, man. Listen to the prophets, and it shall go well with you. And if you don't, you're going to be destroyed. Thus saith Yahweh. Abababal, Shalom. Shalak Yahushai. Hamashiach.